So the three treasures, what are they? Well, we say that they are substances that nurture, it says nurture the organs and keep the body, mind, emotions, and spirit in balance. That's true. But they're much more than that. They're kind of our resources that we have for our lifetime. They are in-body resources that we have. And I think one of the challenges of aging is that we don't realize that we have these treasures. If we understood that we have these three treasures, then I think it would be the beginning of a very powerful anti-aging movement. And in fact, you know, Nancy and I have talked about some of the possible applications for this class, and we think that, you know, anti-aging seminars is one place that the class might be correctly placed in the future, because if people really understood about the three treasures, they would probably be living their lives a lot differently. At any rate, so we have the three treasures. We have the treasure of Jing. We call it vitality or essence. And Jing is basically what we inherit from our parents. It is our constitutional energy, it is our DNA, and it is our life force. So we're going to be spending the rest of the day really focusing on Jing. Also, the concept of Qi. Most of you are familiar with the concept of Qi, but we're going to go into more detail with it. So Qi, of course, represents energy, but there are a lot of different kinds of Qi. And when a Chinese doctor is looking at someone, we are not looking at necessarily their overall Qi, although that's part of what we look at, but we're also looking at the different types of Qi and how the different types of Qi are working within their body. And then we have Shen, representing consciousness, representing emotions, representing the spiritual aspect of things. So all of the, I guess we could say, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels are under the heading of Shen in the Taoist tradition. Okay, so of course, as energy medicine practitioners, we know that the body contains a vital force, a living force. We call it Qi, and we're going to be calling it Qi for this class. Sometimes Nan refers to it as Qi. But also, it's called prana in the Vedic system. And it's just referring to the body's natural healing ability and the energy within the body's natural healing ability. There's an important point here. The strength of our body's energies determines the state of health within our body. So one of the things that we are doing as Chinese doctors is evaluating the state of Qi. That's very important. So we know this with body talk sessions. Sometimes we are giving someone a session and we know that we've given it our all, and all the links and formulas and everything has come up really clearly and it's been tapped into them, and we, you know, they leave with a really good feeling and we leave with a really good feeling, but they don't improve. And the body talk practitioner is thinking, well, what did I do wrong? Well, probably nothing, because body talk is an energy matrix, right? So it's not only working with your own energy and your own concepts and your own capabilities, but you're plugged into a greater energy matrix when you're doing a session. And so probably it's nothing that you did wrong, or it's not a fault of the matrix. The problem is that the client's energy body wasn't strong enough to accept the links and formulas. So the strength of the client's energy is very, very important. We can have somebody who has a serious disease, but they will recover well many times if they have good Qi, strong Qi, good energy body. Whereas you might get other people who have a minor complaint or a minor disease, maybe it's a back pain or gastritis or constipation, but even though they have a lot of sessions, they never seem to get better because their body's energy is weak. And so even though they're receiving a lot of sessions, the body-mind doesn't have much to work with. So the state of Qi is very important. There's a great Alex Gray illustration. I love this quote. In every culture and in every medical tradition before ours, healing was accomplished by moving energy. So that's what we are wanting to convey to you with Sanbao and with the 18 points that we're going to be teaching you over the next 3 days. We have to move the energy of the body. We have a saying in Chinese medicine, in the Taoist tradition, and that is when the energy is moving, when the qi is moving, there can be no disease. So in a sense, all disease is qi stagnation. There are many causes for it, but all disease has to do with stagnation of qi. Okay, so just a little bit about background. So the ancients in Chinese medicine thought that people got sick because of what they called pernicious influences. And basically they saw those as evil spirits. They thought that people were attacked by evil spirits, and they thought there were sort of 6 kinds of evil spirits that came in with climatic factors. And so, but usually with wind, because the idea is that within the wind there is an energy, maybe an evil energy, that has somehow conducted into the body, and they would believe that this energy entered the body through the gallbladder meridian. So remember, with reciprocals, we talk about the gallbladder meridian as being in charge of the exit and entry points within the body. So similar concept here, that the evil spirits or the evil qi entered through that meridian. So of course, you know, modern disease etiology, both Western and holistic, has really evolved a lot from that. Although we still do recognize that climatic factors have a role in disease, we no longer think that, you know, there are evil spirits entering the body, unless, you know, you were taking Module 9, but that's another story. And yeah. But now we have a different host of problems, or we can say causative factors. So, you know, I've listed some things here. The information age, right? Technology and all of the exposure to electromagnetic pollution, EMFs, radiation, of course, you know, in the last, 30 or 40 years, this has created a host of different kinds of illnesses and diseases. I'm always amused when people say, well, they've never proven that, you know, this, you know, electromagnetic interference really disturbs people's health. You know, that's never really been proven. According to the cell phone companies, that's probably true. But if you look online, there are at least 25,000 different articles about how these things influence people's health. So it is something that we should be aware of.